Welcome back to MTV's 120 Minutes. Suzanne Vega is here, and we're here to talk about Suzanne's new album, 99.9 Fahrenheit Degrees. I beg pardon, I have mispronounced the album title. You said it that way round just because of the cadence of the song.
Yeah,
it fit better.
because I tried to sing it the other way and it just doesn't go.
Right.
You know, if you hear the melody, you'll know what I mean.
Now this is a new direction for you. There are some more traditional folk songs on it, but there's also a harder, nigh-on industrial sound on some of the tracks. And
yeah, although I mean, I don't think of it as one particular new direction. I think of it more as 8 different directions. That one track that you're talking about is Blood Makes Noise. That's probably the most industrial sounding of all the songs on the album, but I don't really think of it as one new direction. It's really more like 7 or 8.
You know, what inspired you to take those new directions? Was it working with producer Mitchell Froome, who also played keyboards on a lot of the record?
That was a lot of it, although I don't think I would have used those sounds if they hadn't fit the subject matter. I mean, on a song that's called Blood Makes Noise, it seems to make sense to have sounds that sound like that instead of a sweet-sounding acoustic guitar or some kind of happy harmonies. So, but it was Mitchell who came up with the sounds of it, and I agreed to it because it fit the character of the song.
You have Bruce Thomas playing bass on a lot of the album, because
Yeah.
he was in Elvis Costello's Attractions, man.
Yeah, for 10 years. And I've always been a big admirer of the Attractions, and so Mitchell, I think, had suggested that we use him, and I was intrigued by the idea, so I said, yeah.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the first video from the album. This is Blood Makes Noise. More coming up from Suzanne Vega on MTV's 120 Minutes. Harsher Suzanne Vega with Blood Makes Noise. That's a conversation between you and a doctor, Suzanne, is that right? The lyric of the song?
Well, between somebody and a doctor.
Okay.
Not necessarily myself, but between a patient and a doctor, yeah.
I know some people have thought the disease in question is AIDS, or is it any particular physical disease, or is it some kind of mental hang-up?
I wouldn't say it was a mental hang-up, but I was definitely thinking of a disease. It wasn't AIDS necessarily, but it could be AIDS. Actually, the song isn't really about a disease. It's really more about the anxiety of revealing yourself, revealing information that you don't want to reveal. It's really more a song about fear and how fear affects you. That's what the blood-making noise is in. Blood-making noise in your head is the sound of fear or anxiety. And it could be about AIDS. When I went back and examined the song, and I saw that that AIDS could definitely be one of the diseases, but it's not about a specific disease.
Is the subject matter of fear and anxiety something that you've tackled over your career, do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I've read that you feel like every album, the real Suzanne Vega comes out a little more. Do you feel that with this album? Are you being more honest and more open than ever before?
I think there are more sides to my personality that are being revealed in this album. I think there's a little bit more of a sense of humor. And some of the more abrasive sounds, I think, are what has been intended all along. Even on the first album, there was a song called Cracking, which you could say that's about a certain amount of fear, or and some of the other songs I think could have been more abrasive and still carried it, you know. So,
99...
do I think so? Yeah, I think so.
Suzanne thinks so. 99.9 Fahrenheit Degrees is Suzanne Vega's new album. We'll be talking more about it in the second 60 of MTV's 120 Minutes.
Into the future. Good morning. Good into the good 120 minutes.
Dave Kendall with you for the second 60 of MTV's 120 Minutes. 2 hours into the future every Sunday night at midnight, 11 Central. More with Suzanne Vega is on the way, along with brand new videos from Basshead, Mary's Danish, and Eugenius, the renamed Captain America. We've also got the latest from the Soup Dragons, Screaming Trees, Television, and a cult classic from The Cure. Let's kick off the second 60 with a world premiere video from 10,000 Maniacs. Suzanne Vega is here. 99.9 Fahrenheit Degrees is Suzanne's first album since Tom's album a year ago, which wasn't your album, it was Tom's. It was covers.
Tom's album, right.
It was covers of Tom's Diner.
Right.
Including the big hit DNA had with it.
Right. Actually, it was my album because it was my idea. Most people, many different people from all over the world had sent me their versions of Tom's Diner in different languages and with their own lyrics. And I was thinking, what am I going to do with all of these different versions? And I went to the record company and I said, I think it would be a good idea to put it all out as a collection. And they were extremely skeptical at first, but then I edited it all down. So it really was my album, although I forgot to put my name on it.
DNA had a big hit with Tom's Diner. How did that make you feel? Did it make you, did you think, why didn't I do this myself?
No.
Did it tempt you to put more of a dance beat to some of your stuff?
No, it didn't. First of all, I didn't think, why didn't I do this myself? Because I know why I didn't do it myself. It's because my main instrument tends to be the acoustic guitar. I think if I had done that myself, I think a lot of people would have thought that I would have lost my mind. But I liked that version of Tom's Diner, and I thought it was really original, which is why I suggested that we release it. But I have to say, it didn't, if there's any dance music on 99.9, it was not specifically done because of DNA. Because Mitchell Froom is not a guy that you would hire for his dance remixes of things. He's,
right.
He's not known for that. So I think I think this new album has developed naturally.
Suzanne Vega on tour, is that going to happen anytime soon?
I think sometime next year.
Sometime next year. What are you going to be doing up till the end of the year?
Thinking about what I'm going to do when I go out on the road, probably. Probably more promotion, and what am I going to be doing? I don't know. I just came back from Europe doing a promotional tour there. So I'm going to be doing more promotion and figuring out what kind of show I'm going to take out on the road, because it will probably be small. I might try some new things in performance that I've never done before. So we'll have to see how they